What's going on, guys? My name is Ryan, again here with Michigan Storm Chasers. We have 2 days of severe weather potentially here in the state of Michigan, starting with tomorrow, or what's going to be Wednesday, if you're watching this when the video is dropped on Tuesday. So Wednesday, June 12th, we do have a severe risk in place for much of the UP, excluding the far eastern portions there towards Sheboygan or Sault Ste. Marie, for example. But further west toward Marquette, Iron Mountain, Ironwood, Escanaba, you guys are all in a severe risk. It is currently a level 1 out of 5, so the lowest severe risk on a scale of 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. It is the very lowest. We do have that slight risk bumping up there toward Ironwood. We'll keep an eye on that. We don't expect that to get shifted further into the UP, but it's always a possibility. So just stay tuned to the forecast. But right now, it just brushes Ironwood there in the western UP. So hazards with this overall, large hail is our main concern for this, as well as damaging winds as a secondary threat. Although we're not going to rule out a tornado or two in the western UP there, further probably toward that slight risk area would be the highest risk there for a tornado or two possible. Not going to rule those out though across the entire UP. The chances get higher over toward the western UP, but overall they're capped pretty low. So keep in mind that the main concern here would be large hail and damaging winds. Main time frame for this is probably going to be after that 7 p.m. in the evening, probably going to be closer to 10 or 11 o'clock. I know some of you guys up there in Central Time, so take an hour from what I'm telling you off that. So if I'm saying 10, consider it 9 p.m. Central. I'm talking in Eastern time here. So up there, probably close to that 10, 11 p.m. Eastern time frame for storm arrival there. But I will say latest model guidance here, we're looking at number one, the environment of wind shear overlapping with instability. We're going to see the UP there is in a pretty good, or should I say, close to a pretty good environment over here toward Wisconsin, Minnesota. But over here in the UP, the coloration here is a little bit dimmer, so to speak. So it's not really picking up on too much in the way of significance, like we're seeing these purples, reds, and oranges out here in Minnesota, Wisconsin area. So the environment will be better off to the west, which is why that tornado risk is higher, but also the overall risk is higher off to the west because you have a slight risk over there. It makes sense here on models. Looking at how we expect this to evolve, looking at the NAM 3 guidance here on potential what radar could look like tomorrow evening, we're going to see these storms off here in Minnesota. They form here. This is at 7 p.m. Eastern time. May have a stray storm up there toward the northern part of the UP there, although we're not sure if that's going to be a legit storm or if that's going to stay in over the lake there. But as we get into the later parts of the evening, these storms seem to just kind of split the UP, leaving you guys pretty much dry up there for the most part, maybe a shower or storm there. So we're going to watch this. Overall, though, if a storm does occur, it will likely have potential to be strong or perhaps severe. So at this point, our confidence in overall coverage of storms is low. But again, if storms can manage to fire up there, it would then become a severe weather concern. So that's going to be Wednesday. And now let's focus a little bit here on the Thursday time frame. Okay, let's go ahead and change this back over here to our overlap of wind shear and instability. Let's go ahead and take a look at the day 3 outlook here. Now, notice we have a marginal risk here for Thursday. It was a 15% considered a slight risk there on our day 4. So technically a downgrade of probabilities down here from 15 to 5. Although I will say I don't know if I agree with that fully just yet. We do not have our short-term models out here at this time for Thursday. So keep in mind that we could see additional shifting or perhaps upgrades as well to this forecast. But right now, pretty much the entire state, excluding the far southeast portions toward Detroit or Monroe or Port Huron, anybody else in the state is in that severe risk, minus the UP, obviously, talking lower peninsula here. But if you see yourself there in dark green, that is a severe risk with the slight risk now off to our south and west in Illinois. Could that get shifted back up? Absolutely. More confidence is needed, though, because models right now are still kind of split. Although I will say I don't technically agree with the downgrade. We should wait till we have more confidence either way to upgrade or downgrade before making these changes. So keep in mind, we do have that risk in place no matter what. Looking at the models of overlap of wind shear and instability, looking at how the NAM model is playing, because the NAM is really the only model we have right now to look at, which is why I said short-term models are coming out today. We'll have a better idea by tonight, which is Tuesday. So expect updates from us on the pages tonight as well. But looking at what we have right now available to us, looking at the overnight Thursday into Thursday morning, we see the orange and yellows here across a large portion of Michigan here, which is going to support that risk for severe weather. It looks like a pretty good environment when we click on these forecast soundings, take an x-ray of the atmosphere. Wind shear looks good. Instability looks good. We don't have very much spin, so it should be primarily a wind and hail threat, although not going to rule out tornadoes in isolated pockets where we get those lake breeze boundaries, stuff like that. Not going to rule those out, but it should be primarily a large hail and damaging wind event. The wind shear does look to be pretty good to support that wind shear potential, but just notice how southeast Michigan down here kind of misses out on the heavier coloration. The heavier coloration moves in a little bit later on the evening, but we'll have to see if that continues south. Just overall timing and instability availability. I'll say that again, instability being available to us, that part is kind of in the major question right now, though models do say right now there is enough to warrant a severe risk. So wouldn't be shocked if this gets upgraded back to a slight risk here. Just keep in mind we have a little bit lower confidence right now for Thursday, but what we have available to us to look at, it does say there is a severe risk pretty much for the entire lower peninsula, even portions of Detroit. But again, confidence is lower further south and east. So with that being said, that day 3 risk is in place there. We'll have updates on these risks. Expect a briefing tonight regarding Wednesday's risk tonight at right around 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. But if you're looking for Thursday for a briefing on that, we probably won't touch on that too much, maybe just briefly tonight, but expect that to happen tomorrow evening before we expect storm arrival up in the UP. So with that being said, appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to hit the like button for us. If you have not already, hit subscribe here on YouTube. It is completely free to do so. And if you click the notification bell, you'll get notified anytime we release a video or go live for severe weather coverage. So it helps us out, helps you out. It's kind of a mutual benefit for subscribing and clicking that notification bell. So with that being said, I'm going to hop off here. Expect another update tomorrow morning. And again, like I said, briefing tonight, 7, 8 p.m. We'll decide on that as a team and post on the page when we decide. And also expect updates regarding Thursday's risk tonight when we have more model data available to us. You guys have a great day. Enjoy a beautiful rain-free Tuesday here in the state of Michigan. It's going to be beautiful. Get out there and enjoy it. You guys stay safe. And I'll see you guys probably tonight with Michigan Storm Chasers live briefing regarding tomorrow's risk in the UP.